October 7th, Professor Randy Schekman was awarded the Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine, making him UC Berkeley's 22nd Nobel laureate in history. Professor Schekman was awarded the Nobel Prize along with Yale University's James Rothman and Stanford's Thomas Südhof for their discoveries of machinery regulating vesicle traffic, a major transport system in our cells.
Certainly, over many years I've been reminded by lots of people that this would happen. But you can't count on this because there are so many incredible achievements around the world that could have been recognized, so you just can't count on it. But anyway, it happened. And it's wonderful for me and my family.
A study that began with a simple yeast led Professor Schekman to his Nobel Prize today. The three Nobel laureates researched the details of the transport system of proteins and the function of vesicle traffic. When proteins are produced inside a cell, they have to pass the cell membrane to exit the cell. Through his research, he was able to identify specific genes that are responsible for protein transportation.
There are still many things to be learned. We're continuing to explore these things now. Actually, most of my lab works on mammalian cells because we've learned of a few diseases where genetic lesions in the proteins that we discovered in yeast have been found, and that's been interesting and instructive. Again, my focus is entirely basic. I'm interested in basic cellular processes.
As an undergraduate student at UCLA and the University of Edinburgh, Professor Schekman had the opportunity to work in various biology labs. He then was accepted into a prestigious biochemistry program at Stanford University taught by Nobel laureate Arthur Kornberg. Before moving to Berkeley, he worked at UC San Diego in hopes of finding his area of expertise.
So I chose when I came to Berkeley in 1976 to move into a completely new system, studying baker's yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, modeled in part on the successful dissection of the pathway of cell division that was pioneered by another subsequent Nobel laureate by the name of Lee Hartwell. And he really brilliantly dissected the stages in the cycle of cell division in yeast. And I thought that kind of approach, combined with my biochemical background, could lead to a really molecular understanding of how proteins are secreted.
With his long history of attending and working at both public and private universities, Schekman is still a strong believer in the public school dynamics.
This place like Berkeley, UCLA, are really engines of social change. And private universities do that to a much less extent. They are more often places of privilege that perpetuate privilege, and they try to do a good job in bringing working class families into their institutions, but they still have legacies that are based on wealth, and we don't have that, and I prefer that.
While he received a monetary award, Professor Schekman chose to donate the money instead.
At a meeting of the Berkeley trustees that I was donating the money, my prize money, to the creation of an endowed chair in honor of my mom and sister, both of whom died of cancer. We called the Esther and Wendy Schekman Chair in Basic Cancer Biology.
As for the next few months leading up to the award ceremony, Schekman will be attending numerous galas, meetings, and traveling back and forth between Berkeley and wherever his business may take him. From CalTV, I'm Skylar Economy.